Hello everyone, we are back for another tutorial here. This is going to be for the Community Cup Masters Division. We are going to take a look at hole number 1. Let me go ahead and just put a standard bag on. I don't expect to get out of range here, especially with a half decent wind that you put on. If you could, make sure that you have a decent power ball with some wind resistance, I would imagine. But we're going to have to just kind of take a look and verify. I've seen the wind directions, but have not seen any shots involving wind direction. So the truth will really be in us being able to take a look at some of these holes. But I would imagine, we shouldn't have too much trouble here. Straight headwind, that's going to keep guys from getting to the green and master, which is nice. So you'll just want to kind of position yourself into the fairway. So I'm going to use maybe just right around a Pak 5 type topspin and just try to put it out in play. Assuming, with the notebook tool here, about 11 rings back, you can just try to get a feel for where it's going to end up, probably somewhere up in here. It's kind of what I'm shooting for. And as I mentioned, it's going to kind of simulate what a Pak 5 will do. Just in case you're wondering kind of where you're going to be, what it's going to look like. You might have some advantage to maybe try to get it just a little bit more right than I did, just to give yourself just a tiny bit better angle. So maybe somewhere over here with your spin. Keep in mind that the wind effect is also going to push the ball to the right. But if you can give yourself a little bit better angle into the pin where this bunker doesn't really overlap your hole, that will probably be advantageous if you do it that way. However, going over this way is also going to make the hole play longer as well, so you might go into the next club up, depending, because I do think we're pretty close to the line. But we'll see how close as soon as I set up here. So you can see where max is. We're going to be pulling up towards max. You can also see that we are going with, so I'm expecting to be somewhere up here, really close towards max. Also minus 10% on the adjustment, because you can see that it's uphill. And you can see that I'm just going to need some side spin here because of the, what I mentioned about the angle. But other than that, 7.6 rings here. So let's try right about here, see what this looks like. Perfect ball. And just coming up fractionally short there. That makes another, thing that I kind of wasn't remembering about was wind effect. You can see I just put the ball in the hole. You might have to consider some kind of overplay. So for example, one of the things that I could do is I could just keep the elevation off. That would let me do an overplay. So I'd be considering, ball guide offset or, some kind of extra adjustment. So you can see if I did plus 0%, it would have told me 8.5 rings. And maybe that would have actually been much more on the hole, because you can see that that ball guide changes. As you can see that it just comes up well short. It has to do because of wind effect. So keep that in mind, and good luck with this first hole. As you can see, it's going to be relatively straightforward and definitely possible for you guys.